Who or I guess what told you the things that were negative about China that kind of shaped your view?
Everything that I had been told was wrong. And I got here and the life was just
All right, welcome to the mic, the Made in China podcast. This is Colin, your host, and also the producer of the podcast. I'm here today with Jenna. And Jenna, let's start by getting your life before China. So what was life back home before you made it to Shanghai?
I don't know how far back you want me to go, but I was born and raised in Northern California in a small town called Modesto. And I guess it's really not that small anymore. It's kind of grown and it's huge. But I was homeschooled from the time that I could go to school up until college. So that was quite a shock. I then moved with my parents to Arizona I can't remember the exact year, but I was about 16, 17. We had a vacation house there and we ended up moving full time to the state. My parents loved Arizona and that was transitional. I'm not the biggest fan, or I wasn't, of like cactuses and dirt. I really like green. And I lost all of that when I got to Arizona. So I was just kind of like, now what? But I think that it was really good for me because it made me realize that I could kind of adapt to anything. And I found a lot of beauty in it. I ended up really loving living in Arizona. I went to college there and then I ended up moving to here.
To Shanghai.
Yeah. So,
what a jump.
Yeah, a huge jump. I met my fiance, oh my gosh, 6 years ago now. So it's been a while. And we have lived in many places for short periods of time. This has been the longest period that we've lived somewhere, but we've lived in Canada. We've lived in Macedonia. I didn't even know that was a country until I lived there. I did really enjoy myself there. And then he's played in kind of scattered places.
And he's played pro ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pro basketball in kind of scattered places. Sometimes I would go, sometimes I wouldn't. It was just kind of depending on my work life at the time. But now I'm remote, so I can go pretty much anywhere that we need to be.
That is incredible. And what year was it that you arrived in Shanghai, and how have you liked Shanghai versus, the United States and those other countries?
Yeah, I arrived in, I want to say, either late 21 or early 22.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure
so just
the timeline.
after COVID.
Right
really.
after. As soon as people could start to come back, I came back. As soon as they were giving out visas again.
Okay.
My fiance got to come back sooner because the team helped him get his work visa, and that was a little bit different, and he had to go through quarantine when he came back here. And I waited until I didn't have to go through quarantine. I didn't know if my mind was strong enough for what he did.
What was that quarantine like?
Oh, gosh. He was calling me, and I could tell, because this was his second quarantine. He had done this in Canada previously.
Okay.
And when he was in Canada, he was told it'd be 14 days. He ended up being in there for 20-something days. And so when he came here, he was, very concerned. Because obviously you think that you're getting to this end goal of 14 days and it ends up being so much longer than you had predicted. And I just kind of saw his mental health just really struggling. Staring at the same four walls for that amount of time is just really hard on a human, especially in a small space that isn't your home anymore because he was in a hotel
room?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then when he came here for quarantine, it was pretty much the same situation, but I believe he got out within maybe 15 to 16 days. They would bring you all your food into the hotel room. He would work out to the best of his abilities there, but I think he was a little bit more prepared this time going in for what this looked like. So the people would bring the food. They would come and test him for COVID. I think it was several tests before they actually let him out. And then he was allowed to just kind of walk around. And at that point, I know that a lot of things here had turned back regular. There was a lot of things were open again.
Okay.
People weren't required to wear masks if they didn't want to. Just in order to get back into the country, you needed to really test negative a bunch of times.
They were making sure you didn't have COVID.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Super understandable.
Wow. But hard to get through.
Yeah, very hard.
So you didn't even want to, and I can't blame you. I wouldn't either. You didn't want to deal with that process. So you were like, okay,
No.
As soon as that's up, I'll come back. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to basically waste the whole vacation in quarantine.
Yeah. And I feel like my initial thought on China, I wasn't that excited to come here. So my initial thought was, I'm not moving, I'm coming to visit. And then I got here and I was like, wow, wait, I was so wrong. Everything that I had been told was wrong. And I got here and the life was just awesome. Like I love everything about China. There's really not, I mean, I'm sure there's something I dislike, but I can't think of it off the top of my head, and it's not a deal breaker by any means. But I got here, and although I felt kind of like a small child because you really can't do anything until you know how to do it. It's just all so different. And even though that I felt that way, I just really was like, okay, I could definitely see myself living here.
That makes sense. And who, or I guess what, was it a platform? Was it a person? Was it a group of people that told you the things that were negative about China that kind of shaped your view? What do you think shaped it in a negative way that you were then so shocked when you got here? Because I felt the same way. I mean, I was like, I didn't have any positive views of China. Then I got here, I was like, whoa, it's nice.
Yeah.
Like, shocker. So what do you think it was what shaped your view initially? And then, yeah, why was it so different, and what was specifically so different?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, I want to say just like culturally in America, we're kind of taught that China is like it's not safe. You don't come here if you want to have your own opinion. There's just
it's not free. It's not safe. It's like
it's dirty.
All the
like
bad things.
All really bad things that were absolutely not true. I got here and I was like, who told you guys this? Because it's not accurate at all.
Right.
And so I feel like just culturally, and then you kind of. Am I allowed to say something about politics in here? I'm not really
sure.
sure.
Why not? I don't see why not.
Okay. Yeah. So
it's not going to hurt anyone's feelings.
Okay, because I don't know. I don't know if I can say that or I can't say that.
No.
I feel like the politics you were just told, like, why would you want to go somewhere that you can't vote, you can't do
right?
X,
I think
Y,
it's
and
like
Z.
total communism. Everyone's like, oh, communism is going to be awful. Yeah.
Yeah, and so people just kept being like, why would you want to go to a communist country? And I'm here now, and I see what we're doing, and it's going really well.
Seems fine. We might need to take a couple pieces out of this playbook.
Yeah, America right now is kind of a dumpster fire. Yeah. So I don't know.
I'm not like, in essence, I don't think anyone is that I've talked to, and I don't want to speak for you, and I know you're not trying to speak for me, but no one's pro-communism in a sense that we're like, oh, communism is going to work in America, or American system's going to work in China. But I was just shocked to see that their system works really well for them.
Yeah.
And I want it to work well for them. And then I look at our system and I'm like, there's things that we need to improve, and I hope we improve them.
Me too.
So it's like, you look at what's going on in the world, and I think we're both on the same general page. I was just shocked when I got to China, and everybody has the same negative thoughts, which is communism. And that's not what you feel when you're in the country.
No, not at all. I don't know. That's not even a topic that's ever brought up. Yeah. So
the government's not involved in your life. You don't feel like
you're not worried about crossing the street, and
but you are safe.
People still think that if you cross the street, you're gonna get in like so much trouble if it's a red light. I'm like, I see people driving on the sidewalks, like pretty much doing whatever. So
here's something I shouldn't say on the podcast. Okay, so what I found is that old people in China will time the left-hand turn signal to cross the road diagonally. So I started doing that. Okay, so like I'm like in my local town, in my city in Hangzhou, whatever. And I will wait for the left-hand turn signals to go, and then I'll cross the road diagonally, so I won't have to wait to go across to the left and then cross again.
Oh my gosh.
So I do it with the older people, so it's cool. You know what I mean? So anyway, I thought that was hilarious about like, people thought that you'd get fined or your social credit if you cross the road wrong. And here we are finding like the most aggressive ways ever to break the laws and cross the road.
Yeah, I've watched the driving. I'm actually supposed to get my driver's license because my fiance's boss is giving him a car.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. So I have a feeling I'll be the one driving more often than not. So I have to get a driver's license, but it is giving me great anxiety just based off of like, I don't know what some of these signs mean. I see people making turns and I'm like, what are we doing here? I'm not sure.
Yeah, here driving is one of the trickiest things. It's like the signs are not in English, and then people are driving like completely wild.
Yeah. But so like I said, anxiety.
Yeah. You're going to have to update everybody on the driving experience on your channel.
Oh gosh. I definitely will, but I'm scared.
Yeah. No, you'll be fine on the roads, I'm sure. So when is he going to get the car? Does he have any idea?
I think once we get driver's license, I was told to give someone, I don't know how this works, but I guess I'm about to find out. However, I will say when it comes to my fiance, his name is Cam. When it comes to Cam, things are done for him a lot, especially when it comes to the team. And someone told me to leave his passport outside. I don't know if that has to do with the driver's license or what is going on. He doesn't have his passport currently. It could be for a visa. I don't know.
Okay.
So I don't know.
The team kind of just handles everything.
They handle so much. I genuinely don't know how other people come here and become a teacher or something without someone helping them, because the way these people have helped me, I am forever thankful. I couldn't have done this without them, because they have been my brain, basically, trying to figure out everything. I couldn't have done this by myself. There's not enough time in the world for people to help me, especially when they're working or like just out of the kindness of their heart. But they definitely have really come together and helped me every step of the way with anything I needed, from getting a package to trying to figure out how to get out of the airport. Like, they've done everything for me.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's like, for me, it's my wife. And if for you, you don't have any Chinese.
Yeah.
Like, neither of you are Chinese. So it's very interesting that you guys are able to, come to China and just live life to the fullest without speaking Chinese which is great. Tells you, if you're listening, to just come on over to China and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like,
figure it out.
Figure it out. You're going to be fine. But yeah, as far as driver's license, I definitely know a lady in Shanghai who can get your driver's license.
Perfect.
I mean, I'll send you over, and I'll put it on my website for all you guys, is where she actually has someone that will meet you in the police station. You just give them your passport.
Cool.
You have to have your passport. Your Chinese visa needs to be on your passport. Then a photo on a white background. And there was one other item I felt like. Maybe that's it. Oh, your actual driver's license from America.
Okay, that's easy.
You need that.
Yeah, that's easy.
So give her those 3 documents, send them to her on WeChat, or just upload them to the link that she gives you.
And then
she'll meet you there, and she'll do the whole process.
Do I have to drive? Like, show them I can drive?
No.
Oh, thank God.
That's the best part. Now you're scaring me. Should I recommend you? No, I'm just kidding.
I haven't been in many
right.
accidents recently.
No, you're good.
There was a time I was a wild child, but right now I drive like a grandma, so we're safe.
And that, I mean, with driving and the driver's license, make sure you get the insurance here in China.
Okay.
Because that's not like European countries or the U.S. where your car insurance covers rental cars.
Oh, okay.
I don't know about at least I'm not sure that it works the same way. Whereas when I rented a car in Europe, it was like, oh, I have, Progressive insurance or Allstate insurance back in the U.S. and it's going to cover my car. No, not in China. It just makes everything smoother if you just pay the insurance when you have a car. And then with your situation where your fiance will have a car, just get local insurance.
Definitely.
On the car. Yeah.
We wouldn't trust our other insurance to try to figure this out. We're not doing that.
Don't wing it. Especially in Shanghai where a lot of people drive expensive cars. You just want to make sure you're covered.
Oh God. Could you imagine I hit a Bentley? I'd cry.
Yeah, that would be a rough day.
Rough is an understatement.
Yeah. So I guess that covers what brought you to China. So your fiance playing basketball.
Yes.
And how's he like the pro team? I guess they're taking care of everything for him. He's loving it.
Yeah, they're wonderful to him. They treat him so well. And by extension, they treat me super well. And I know for a fact that this is probably the only place he'll ever play basketball. He doesn't want to go anywhere else now. He's super happy here. He used to play 5-on-5, but now he plays in the Chinese 3-on-3 league. So that was kind of a little bit of a difference. And it was different for me too. I feel like I had just barely got to understand how regular basketball worked, and then relearning for now 3-on-3, especially when it's in a different language. I'm like, what's happening? Who's doing well? I'm not sure. And then sometimes I can't read like who is playing, so I don't know who has what, like, because it's in Chinese. So I'm like, I don't even know what's happening right now at all. It's been interesting. Yeah, I really like it though, and he really likes it. I forgot what the question was.
And Chinese people are very into basketball right now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? Like,
yeah.
I mean, their culture is loving anything related to pro basketball. I think China has been, as of recent years, last 10 years, hugely into basketball.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I didn't think it was nearly as big as it was until I came here. I was like, oh, this is just like actually mind blowing. And then even like NBA players, they're so excited to see. And it's just like, I didn't even know you would know who that was. Like, I know now.
Yeah. Oh, they know him. I bet your fiance, how tall is he?
He's 6'7".
I bet you can't even walk on the street without people walking up and just, are
always.
you a basketball player?
Yeah, they're really, really
Take
excited.
pictures.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Anywhere we go, they're really excited. They're like, oh, wow. Like with their arm motioning to the ceiling every single time.
Right.
It's really funny.
Yeah. Any negative interactions, like any time where he's like,
No, I can't say that we've ever had really a negative reaction. People are always super nice. He likes to mess with people. So if there were a negative reaction to be had, they should have it sometimes because he really likes to be like, boo. Yeah.
Oh,
and I'm like, don't scare the people in the park, like in the middle of the night, just wanting to.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. I'm like, you're huge and that's scary. And they just kind of look at him like, what are you doing, man? But then they laugh. Almost every single time they laugh because he knows a couple of words in Mandarin and he'll give them what he has and then they get really excited. So they should be upset.
And isn't that, with regard to safety, isn't that a little wild? Is that like he's 6'7", kind of, scaring a Chinese person in the park and they're not that, as far as their actual safety, they're not nervous.
No, not at all. Not worried that anything is going to happen to them. They're just kind of like, what is this big dude doing? Like, and where did you come from?
But in the United States, if a 6'7" dude is in the park at dark.
Oh yeah. It's going to be a totally different experience. I'm not going to be in the park at night.
Yeah,
it's just not happening.
Off, you're not there. Secondly,
I might make them feel a little bit better because I'm small and I'm very happy. Like at all times, I'm pretty much smiling. So I might help a little bit, but for the most part, that would be horrifying.
Yeah, I've had interactions where I went and get something past dark. Craigslist. I call it Craigslist, but Chinese used market. I'll go grab something and it's dark, and I walk up on someone, and I'm a foreigner. I'm bigger. I'm not 6'7". I'm 6 foot tall. Whatever, 200 pounds. And they're just not intimidated. They're not nervous. It's just like they know the country's safe. Even though you're a foreigner and you look completely different and you talk a different language, they're not worried about you. And I think that goes a long way for like your peace of mind.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know anywhere else that I could have this peace of mind for sure.
So when you originally came to China with your boyfriend, were you nervous about like the actual travel and the trip itself? Like I know you said your original like thoughts on China weren't that positive, which mine weren't either. But then like the trip, was that at all nerve-wracking, or just because you've been to other countries you were like, it's just a trip?
Yeah, I feel like because I've been to other countries, like I've traveled to Turkey by myself, like I've been because in order to get to Macedonia I usually had to have a layover in Turkey, and I feel like I'm just kind of used to it now, so it was really like a non-issue for me. The only thing that was a little nerve-wracking was customs. I was just concerned about like what I needed to do, what I needed to have done, because it's not the same as Mexico. You get to Mexico and they're like, yeah, have a great time. Like they don't care at all what's going on. So I knew this system would probably be a little bit different. And then I was worried about like navigating the airport, but I had someone from the team coming to pick me up. So I knew that I wasn't going to be alone and just trying to figure it out, which I think, again, I really don't know how people have come here and just done it on their own, because I was so lost. Like it really is like anything you do, like you want to pay for a water, you need this app.
Yep. You're
not getting the water like unless you have the app.
Alipay or WeChat. Yeah. You need some app.
Yeah. So it was just very different, but yeah. So yeah.
So they picked you up from the airport when you first arrived, and then what was your thoughts when you hit the ground? You're like, you look outside, or it was dark, and you're like, China looks like. What was your kind of like first take on China?
So I had actually, I want to say like 2017, I had gone to Thailand, and I had a layover here in Shanghai. And it was like a really weird flight. And I think it was the airline, now that I'm like used to other airlines here. And they wouldn't let us open the windows to look outside. And I thought that was so odd.
Interesting.
Like the whole time, like we would try to peek out and they were like, no, you can't have the window up. Okay. So I thought it was a China thing.
Light outside?
Yeah. And so I would be able to see. And like the small peek I got, I'm like, I don't know what we can't look at out there, but whatever. And so we land the plane. I can only see from what I can see from the airport. It looked extremely smoggy. And so that's all that I really saw. So I can't say it left a great impression on me from the airport. Obviously that's not a lot. But then I went to Thailand, came back through, still they wouldn't let me look. It was the same airline. But then I came back here and no one had a problem with the window. I really thought this was like a China thing. I'm like, oh, it's so weird over there. And then I got here and I'm like, oh, it was the airline being weird. Very weird.
Yeah.
But I feel like looking out at the buildings and stuff, I didn't realize how massive Shanghai was until I flew in the second time when I actually was allowed to look outside. And just seeing like how big this place is and how many different lives are going on here, it was kind of like shocking at first. But for some reason, whenever I'm somewhere that I don't speak the language, I kind of feel like I'm in a bubble for a little bit until I start to learn some words. So I very much felt like I was in said bubble when I landed. And my first reaction to being here was just, I'm in the bubble again until I figure it out. Like, and that was pretty much it. It wasn't really more beyond that.
Makes sense. No, makes sense. But yeah, and the smog, it's like Shanghai airport. Some days a lot of smog coming into Shanghai,
Yeah.
like a lot.
Yeah.
And the window curtain thing though, that's funny. And like you're thinking, like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah,
Can I
and
look
I'm
outside?
like, they're so weird here, but it wasn't them at all. It was definitely the airline. I wish I could remember which one it was.
So for people who might want to come over and play pro basketball or bring their career over here, any advice for that? How did your fiance even get going on that? Was he?
My fiance is such a character, man, because he had an agent, but I think he did this on his own. Like, I think he was just kind of like, my agent, I'm just going to figure this out. And I don't know if they had reached out to him via like email or something. I want to say that maybe it was on WeChat, but when it comes to basketball, I feel like a lot of it is through word of mouth, and that's how you kind of get jobs.
Okay.
People asking for you, they know what kind of player they want, and then it kind of just happens that way. I am not the best person to ask about this. Because,
Yeah, no, I got to get him on here.
Yeah, when
Where's
I
Cam
say
at?
that, I don't really know. He's definitely doing his daily nap right now.
2 practices a day or games every day. Yeah.
I wish I could say that was the reason that he takes naps every day, but he definitely does this in off season too.
Oh, jeez. You're throwing him underneath the bus. No, I'm just kidding.
No, about 3 to 4 p.m. It's nap time.
I can't blame him. I like a good nap when I can get one. No, that's good. And we'll have to have him on, figure out how pro basketball works here, because I think many people are just interested in that angle.
Yeah, he definitely has a lot more information than I do on that.
Yeah, and then that gives you so much time to basically, your page is super fun. Like, you do all the fun stuff around Shanghai.
Yeah.
All of the fun stuff, literally. And like everybody, you should go to Jenna's page and check out all the nail salons, the hair, the spas. Like, you've hit it all.
If there's an adventure, I'm finding it.
Yeah, so like what are the most fun things around Shanghai? Like what places do you truly recommend? And I think what makes it so different here than you can even compare it to America, but just compare Shanghai to Shanghai. Like, there's just so many things you can do.
Oh my gosh, I think that I could probably do something every day for the rest of my life and not even scratch the surface, because I find stuff constantly. I go on DM Ping, basically like it's my social media, and I'm just scrolling all day long, like looking at different things to be done, because there's a lot of cool creators on TikTok that show you different things to do, but I do feel like DM Ping will show you stuff that people haven't really done yet, and it's just kind of a little bit different and more fun because you don't know what you're getting yourself into. And I love to show up somewhere and not know what I'm getting myself into, and that is my daily task. I think the most recent thing we did was we went and did like the sand bath, and I guess it's Japanese.
Okay.
And they basically put you in this hot sand. Number one, I didn't know it was hot. I hate having my feet hot. So when I got there, I was like, oh shit, this isn't going to go well for me. I could already tell. And I have anxiety. So I'm like, I'm going to feel like I'm being buried alive, and it's hot. I could get past the buried part. The hot part, I didn't know if I could get
And like,
past.
how hot? Because I know a lot of things in China are actually hot.
Well, if I knew the actual temperature, it felt like getting into a sauna. I don't know how hot it was, but it was like if the sand had been roasting in the sun all day long.
Geez.
That's how hot
That's
it was.
hot.
And when I put this suit on, because you put a suit on to keep the cleanliness of the sand.
Yeah.
I put this suit on and I forgot, and I left my socks on, and I literally wanted to die. Like I got into the sand. She buried me. I'm freaking out a little bit, but I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. I didn't have enough water that day at all. And so my friend's like trying to give me the water bottle through a straw because my everything is covered up to my neck.
Yep.
And so I'm just like having a whole freak out. I lasted 10 minutes. Which
How long was it supposed to be?
10, probably 15
Probably
to
15,
like.
so you got like 2/3 of the way through.
Yeah. They said that like the people that are really seasoned in this do it for like 25 minutes. My friend made it 15 minutes, but it is hot. Like I'm dripping sweat. The lady's coming, wiping it off my face. Like it was an experience.
So your arms are underneath the sand as well.
Everything. I'm fully buried.
It's
like I'm
just your head.
submerged. Yeah. It was cool. It's supposed to be for like blood circulation and for your muscles, all kinds of good things. If you have anxiety though, I don't know if I suggest it.
It was for all the things except for that last 5 minutes. You're like, yeah, that last 5 minutes can.
Yeah. But if you know what's going on before you go into it, you might be okay. I just didn't know because I don't bother to ask. I just show up, like I said.
And DM Ping, that app is like their Yelp.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's Yelp and also Groupon mixed together. Okay. If we were to compare it to like an American app. And so sometimes there's like really good deals on there. I just find all kinds of stuff. It's super fun.
That is too cool. And you literally scroll it like TikTok.
Yes.
You just scroll next,
100%.
until something looks
Oh
interesting.
yes. And I'm like, what is this? I want to go to there.
See, that's and yeah, that's why your page is awesome, because it is always something. And let's say you go there, you don't like it, then you just scroll to the next one. You can go to another nail salon. You can go to another spa.
Totally.
Do you ever repeat the same one? Do you?
Yes, I was so loyal to my nail girl in Valjean, but now I'm like absurdly far. And I'm just kind of sad about it because her work was just, I paid a little bit more for it, but I didn't have to get my nails done for, I'm not kidding you, one day I literally went 3 months without having a single problem. And if you get your nails done, which you don't.
See, I go, you won't believe this, but I've gone my whole life. Like it's,
like I said, this wasn't to you. This is to a different audience.
Just kidding.
To all the women out there
to
that
all
get
the
their
women
nails
out
done.
there.
And some men, because I know that we do that. If you want your nails done in Valjean, there's a lady in 90 days. It's actually incredible. But yes, I was very loyal to her and I had to move on, which was super sad.
And I shouldn't lie. I've gotten my nails done in China instead of biting them, and they will trim them and whatever else. And I just don't know the process of like,
it's a process.
What it's supposed to be.
Yes.
But of course you do. And so you do. What are the prices like compared to the United States versus here? Because you've done them in both places.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't even get my nails done in the US because it's like absurd. Yeah, I think it's
just do them yourself there?
I get the most basic nails, and yes, I do it myself there. I get the most basic nails there. Like if you can see right now, it's very, very basic. But at home, I want to say before tip, it's like $80. What?
$80.
And you're
I'm
supposed to do that every 2 weeks?
US. Like
exactly.
I can do this for $10 a nail.
Exactly.
I mean, what is this?
Exactly.
Can I charge extra for thumbs?
Yeah, you can.
They're wider?
Oh, I promise you. If they're taking stuff off, they're going to charge you extra too. Like even if they did it, like you did this. It's very interesting. But here, I just got my nails done actually last week and it was $15 USD. And I know that it's more expensive here in Shanghai. So if you go outside to like the smaller towns, it's going to be even cheaper. And this is like hard gel. I don't know what it's called.
I was about to say, people are going to be like, well, $15 compared to $80. Chinese people get paid way less. So it's like, no. Shanghai is a crazy international city. So $15 to $80.
Isn't it like 3 times the population of New York or 4? It's absurd. Like it's such a difference. Yeah. If you were trying to do this in New York, I'd probably pay $128 just to get this very basic nail set. And
then tip them, and then this, and then this, and then this.
And there's
never ends.
No tipping culture here, so it is what it is.
It is what it is. So you see it on the app. It says what the price is, 15 USD converted, and then you go pay it. That's awesome. And so you scroll to the next one, and then as far as like what is some of the most, you mentioned the sand. What's another outlandish one that you tried where you're like, this was not what I was expecting, or this was way better than I expected?
One of my favorite actually experiences, one of my friends had come to visit and she was like, I have to go get my hair washed because I've seen your videos. Like we got to go get our hair washed. And she kept saying she wanted to go to the same place. And I'm like, listen, I like to just walk into, we don't know what we're going to get. It's way more fun. Well, we did that and we just happened to stroll into a place and we're like, hey, can you wash our hair? And they're like, yeah, but we need to get the room ready. Come back in like 45 minutes. I'm like, the room?
The room?
I don't know. So, okay. So we go and get a coffee. We come back and they're like, walk us upstairs. They separate us. Okay. Then they put me into a room and they essentially tell me to get naked. And I'm like, so wash my hair? I don't understand.
This is the whole sauna.
And they give me like a robe and I'm like, okay, whatever. And so I'm sitting there like in my robe, just really uncomfortable because I don't understand what's going on.
What comes next? You have no idea.
Yeah. And they're talking to me in Mandarin and I like know a couple words. So I'm catching a couple things and I'm like, I don't know. What I do get is lay on the table. Okay. So apparently I'm also getting massage. I didn't know this was happening. So I get the massage and I've never had scraping done before and they did scraping. It was so alarming. I was like, I think I'm going to die. Like,
so they scrape a layer of skin off.
No, they scrape like your back, like I think it's to get the blood circulation going.
Okay.
So I left with bruises. Like it looked like I went to war. Like, so I get out and I have like this very vivid memory because I took a video of it, of me like getting out and walking downstairs and I took a video and my whole face is just like covered in like, you can tell I was being pressed so hard against this massage chair. And I walked downstairs and they're like, okay, now we're going to wash your hair. And I'm like, okay.
Now? What do you mean now?
I know.
That's what I came for.
So then they shampooed my hair like 5 times at the very least. Like me and my friend are looking at each other like, did you just go through what I went through? And she's like cracking up. So they wash my hair. They give me like, I have a middle part, okay? When they're done, they're blow drying my hair, whatever. They give me like a new side part. I'm like, oh, I'm a whole new girl. Like,
right?
We left the salon. It was one of my favorite experiences. I think that was like $8 USD. So I had a half an hour massage beating.
Beating / war.
And also got my hair shampooed. It also comes with a haircut if you want that. I didn't want that. So that was
You're like, I'm not risking the haircut.
No.
That could have went all kinds of places.
Yeah, when I can't tell you what I want, like that's not a very good idea.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a haircut. Neither did my friend. But that was one of my favorite experiences, just like showing up somewhere and be like, so what are we doing here? Like,
Yeah, that's so interesting. And it's nice that you're willing to try things because then it does allow you to experience a lot of different, like, I would have never heard of the scraping.
Yeah.
Is that like what tool is that? Are they using a tool? Or are they using, I guess you're laying face down.
I
You
wish
don't
I
know.
knew.
Yeah.
I have to, at the end of this, show you the pictures of my back because it was like, actually, I was like, what the heck? My friend was like, you need to see your back because she came in when I was still like laying face down and she was like, oh my gosh.
Legitimate
and I'm like,
bruising. Like
yes.
the blood is coming out.
Yes. And I thought I was being a baby. I'm being such a wimp right now. And then I look at my back. I was not being a wimp,
Yeah.
not even a little bit.
That is wild. And a lot of times, so you go with you typically take a friend
Yeah.
and another pro basketball wife.
No, my actual best friend here, she's a teacher, who I actually did meet through a basketball partner.
Okay.
And I just like accepted her as my own. She is my best friend here. She
That's
loves
awesome.
to go on adventures with me. I couldn't have asked for a better friend to have. Yeah, she lets me drag her to anything without having any knowledge of what we're doing. And that's what I love about her so much.
She's like, let's go.
Yeah, she's always excited.
And then as a teacher, how much free time does she have? That's the other thing. Is like everyone here seems to have so much free time. And then if you talk in the US, everyone's like 996, everyone's working forever.
Yeah, I definitely.
Which is it?
Yeah, she has a lot of free time. They have random holidays all the time. Like last week, she had the whole week off. I guess it was for spring break.
Yeah.
But then like a couple weeks before, she had Monday off, and I'm like, "Do you work?"
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
She's all over the place. And then on Mondays, I think she has like early dismissal or something like that. So she's off early then. I'm like, do you have a job?
I tell everyone in the US, I'm like, every time I text all my friends in China, they all respond immediately. All my Chinese friends, they all have free time.
Oh, yeah.
They're never working.
So much.
And then with my US friends, it's like, oh, I got to work all the
Yeah.
time. I got to work all weekend. I got to do this.
And they come home drained.
Get drained, and then they got to clean their house. Their
Yeah.
house is massive. By the time they're done cleaning their house and getting it's back to work.
Yeah. No, she's always ready to go on an adventure with me. So
Wild. Wow, that's fun. And what's your current obsession right now? Is it nails, handbags, cafes? What's the obsession?
it's purses, and it's very unfortunate for everyone involved. Honestly, I love uncovering back to DNPing because I'm on that baby all the time. I've found so many Chinese purse brands. I literally have one here.
This is a Chinese purse brand?
Yes. This
See?
is called Amazing Song. This is the dumpling bag. I'm obsessed with it. Can you see the resemblance?
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can.
It's super cute.
It looks like the dumpling I eat in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, those are so good
They
too. But yeah, so my thing right now is finding purses because I feel like I don't understand how Chinese quality got such a bad rep because wow.
They make everything. So they make it all, whether it's their brand or our brand.
Yeah, and so any of their brands, they put so much heart and soul to. The quality of the goods are just amazing. And you get into these stores and you're like, I can't afford this. There's literally no way I could just buy this freely without waiting to be able to purchase this item. And that's just not the case. Like there's obviously this is like lightly privileged. I do want to point that out. But you could walk into a store and find like a really nice quality handbag in a store that they're like waiting on you hand and foot, and it's $100 USD. So what is that, like 700 RMB? And yes, that might be a big purchase to a lot of people, but compared to the US, if I even breathe in a store like that,
Correct.
it's going to cost me at least $1,000.
Correct.
So it's just such a big difference.
And then they look down on you for spending $1,000, and then you should have spent $3,500 to this upgraded version of.
Yeah, then you're bullied.
Yeah.
Here I'm like treated so nice. Even if I'm just looking, they're going to serve you water. They're going to do anything they possibly can for you. And that's just out of the kindness of their hearts, like literally.
And that is something that I truly notice here in China. And I know we're trying to talk in privilege, but also not, because I wear a sleeveless shirt, or I'm like the most reckless out of unhinged guy in China. I feel like, and in the US, kind of. Wear a sleeveless shirt, walk into a boutique store here. They hand you a water right away, regardless if you look like you're a buyer or not. Mm-hmm. You look at a bag like you have, and you look at it, and I go pick it up, and it's not like the salesman's looking down on me like, sit down my bag. You know, you don't deserve to touch that thing.
No,
they just ask, do you want to buy it?
Yeah.
And I say, yeah, I actually am interested. Then I pick it up and I take a picture of it. And they don't look down at me like, you can't take a picture of my bag. And I send it to my wife and I say, do you want this?
Yeah.
And then I buy it.
It's very
And then
simple.
it's all fine.
Yeah.
You know, and I just spent $100.
And I didn't feel weird during this exchange.
And then I literally do the same thing in the US to spend $1,000. And then they, like you said, they bully you to spend $3,500 because, well, just so you know, all the ladies really don't like this bag.
Like,
and this goes into the back of their closet after 2 weeks. So you should really look into this line.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm beneath myself for
exactly.
even trying to spend $1,000 a
You
day.
feel
Like,
awful.
Yeah, I'm like, how did I just feel bad about myself for trying to shop at your store? I'm so bad.
I just spent my rent in here and then I left feeling awful.
What happened? Like this whole thing went south. So yeah, it's a totally different. And yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. But wild that your story kind of matches my experience there. You don't get shamed for shopping.
No, not at all. And they just really want to show you all their stuff. They're just really excited.
What other Chinese, like, so that is a Chinese home domestic brand. You call it like a domestic Chinese brand.
Yes, 100%.
And yeah, it does look like any other handbag. I mean, I'm a man, so I can't really judge handbags,
so you wouldn't really know. But I mean, they make it all leather.
Why you gotta say it like that? I mean, can I give it any credit? I mean, maybe I would know a little. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't know.
I'm acting like the people in the designer stores in America. I'm bullying you.
So yeah, like what do you compare that to a bag that you have from America? What would you?
I can compare it to actually some of my like well-known designer bags, like a YSL bag or something like that. And I would easily say that the leather quality is, if not better, on the same level for sure. And I also got, and I'm not sure if I'm saying this brand right. It's like Muva. It's one or the other.
I wouldn't know.
But that's also a Chinese handbag brand. And like I said, I've had a really bad addiction right now to buying handbags here. But I bought one from them and it was about, I want to say it was like 800 RMB.
Okay.
So nothing.
So still $100 range. Nothing.
No, yeah, and it's suede and it's stunning. Like, love it so much. I love it probably more than a lot of my designer bags. But my designer bags, the quality, like they'll peel eventually. Like I have this one beautiful bag and it's completely covered in like Swarovski crystals. It was not cheap. All the crystals fall out. Like, and that just wouldn't happen with the stuff that I buy here, especially from Chinese brands. They actually really take pride in their product. And I just think that the stuff here is just like, it needs so much more respect and acknowledgement. Like, honestly, people automatically think that the stuff made in China is just not good, or at least Western.
Yeah, literally what we're taught is China equals bad quality.
Yeah, basically. And bad in a lot of ways. And it's just not true at all.
That's great. Yeah, it's great to understand and hear firsthand. So, I mean, that kind of, what fashion and beauty trends in China do you think are underrated?
Ooh, so I'm definitely wanting to try a little bit more beauty stuff, but I do go and get a lot of facials. Okay. I went and got a plaster facial. I don't know what that does. I was super soft after.
I don't know what that is. So.
Yeah, I don't even really know what it is. All I know is that the people brought me in. She scrubbed my face for so long. Like, this was like a 90-minute experience. She put so many different layers of I don't know what. Again, I need to start asking a little bit more questions. But she put moisturizer. She washed my face, whatever. But then at the end, they put like this like plaster, literally plaster on your face, and it hardens and it creates like a mask, and it just sits there. And I don't know exactly what it's supposed to do, but my skin was extremely hydrated after that. I'm trying to think of other beauty stuff. Like, you can get your eyelashes done here. It's really inexpensive. They do like an exquisite job. Like, I got my eyelashes done here and it came with a fill, and I think it was $30, maybe a little bit less. It came with a fill, which is crazy because eyelashes in the United States, again, this isn't something
it's
you know.
It's going to come with a tip, but not with a fill.
100%.
And I don't know what a fill is.
Yeah, and it's going to be $100+. It really just depends on what you get. And they lasted me the whole time that I was gone. I was gone for a month, and my eyelashes looked great still. So their quality of stuff is just like really good. I'm trying to think of what other beauty stuff I've gotten here.
Yeah, my wife does the facial thing once a week, and she just goes into the salon in the morning and does her like a 70-minute appointment.
Yeah.
And she always comes, and you can tell a noticeable difference in her skin.
Yeah.
Like, she looks refreshed. Her skin looks very hydrated, I guess that's what you call it. But I would call it like almost like a glow.
Yeah, it is. It's like glowy.
Yeah. So there you go. It glows afterward, and she's very happy. And if that's what it takes to have a happy wife, then my life is happier. So,
yeah, and happy wife here, $10. Like, it's
very inexpensive.
Like, I don't need to think about it.
I think we buy a package at that place, so I think it's 1,500 RMB for 8 or 10 sessions.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
It's not.
What a deal.
It's nothing to worry about.
Amazing. So,
yeah, anyway, how do you, I think we already covered some things that are better in China than back home. But is there any that we didn't cover that you can think of, like
Safety.
safety?
I have to talk about this anytime anyone talks about it because safety is just top tier. Like I can go by myself to the store, not look over my shoulder. Like I do not fear for my safety ever. I can go run in the park. I can't do that at home at all. I go home and I'm actually kind of sad because I can't do the things that I'm used to doing here. Like I feel like my quality of life here is just like, it's better in so many different aspects, especially because I feel safe. Like I feel like I can do these things. I can go on Dianping. I can meet a stranger for a podcast. Like there's things that I could do that I would never, ever, ever, ever do by myself in the U.S.
Yeah, and that's what's so funny. You mentioned like you should ask more questions, and you're saying like when you say that about Dianping, you're not saying that in a way to be safer. You're just saying that more for like information. Like,
oh yeah.
Have you ever felt like you were in a situation where you were unsafe?
No, never.
No, that's crazy.
Never. And mind you, I'm showing up to office buildings at night sometimes, like walking through the hallway, like I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what's going on. And sometimes my favorite thing about China, it might not look great on the outside, but on the inside, it's probably crazy nice. So it's always concerning.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some hidden gems for sure.
Definitely.
And I don't know if you knew about these like home bars that people are running.
Bars?
Yeah, there's like residential apartments in these office buildings where people can have residences above the office building. So I'll go in like an office building at night, and then if you go upstairs into the residences, they're like in commercial apartments. There's like somebody with a full-on bar in a residential house, but they are nice.
Oh, I'm going. I have to go now.
And there's like 2 or 3 of them. There's 2 or 3 that I know of that I like know the people in Hangzhou.
Really?
And I'm sure there's a thing in Shanghai as well. You'll have to ask about them. But
I have to find one.
They're called home. I'll follow up with you, but I think they're called home bars.
Okay.
Or like, I forget what the guy called them, but yeah, I've been to a couple, and I know of another one, and yeah, it's like
so cool.
Like you said, it looks like a kind of a grimy, rundown office building, and then I go upstairs, and then it looks like apartments, like houses. And I open the door, and it's like a redone bar. Like hello, what's up, guys?
That's so funny. Yeah, there's a hookah lounge we go to that's like that. It's in like an apartment building, but then you go to this particular floor and you walk in and you're like, this is amazing. Like it's so nice. Nicer than any hookah lounge I've ever been to in the States by far. It's so crazy. The stuff that they do here is just wild.
The stuff you see in China. And then how do you balance personal life, especially with a pro athlete, with like life, school, and content and all of that here in China?
My school schedule here is really weird. I'm getting my master's degree to become a therapist, and luckily my class schedule was in the evenings in the States. So here it's in the early mornings, about like 7 a.m. and I do it all through Zoom. So that's nice, but I also do an internship where I work with a company called SBNC, and they facilitate SNAP for kids on campus for college age students. And I do that in the mornings as well. Sometimes in the evenings, it just really depends. So sometimes I'm up really late at night and up really early in the morning, but then my afternoons are really free. And usually that's when my fiance is at practice. So we always have time to have dinner together and breakfast in the morning. So I think that really helps. And I do think it helps that we've been together for 6 years.
Yeah.
I love him. I'm super excited to see him, but I do not have to be with him at all times. And he travels a lot for work. Obviously, he plays in 2 different leagues. And this is kind of where this gets confusing, even for me. So if I explain something wrong, so sorry. But he plays for the actual Chinese 3-on-3 league and then also for FIBA. So they go all over the world. Last year he went, it's not Dubai, but it's somewhere near Dubai. Like it's like places very far sometimes, Thailand maybe, like it really just depends. I think they have to go to Japan at the end of the month. So sometimes I go, sometimes I don't go. It just really depends. But it is sometimes hard to find time, but that's what anybody does, right? It's different schedules for sure, but I think that we just make it work.
Yeah. That makes sense. And then what do you find about like the American time zone versus here? Like you kind of mentioned early mornings and late nights. Do you find it to be inconvenient or convenient?
I love my life here so much that I don't find it inconvenient because it has allowed me to do the things that I do here. I think I'm just incredibly thankful, honestly, that I've been able to get my master's degree here and do a full-time internship and have a full-time job because it's just, I'm incredibly blessed. Like this is just something I couldn't have even imagined for myself. And so I just feel like I'm living something that I prayed for. So I'm happy to be here. That's it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, and I agree. I mean, I've made the time zone work, and it's kind of, it turned into, initially inconvenience turned into convenience, because then it's like you know what time everyone's awake back home, and you just do everything in that window.
Yeah, it's like your schedule. You just get used to it like anything else. Like having breakfast in the morning. I call my parents in the morning usually, sometimes at night. Yeah.
Same thing, FaceTime with the daughter in the morning, and then, hey guys, what's up? And then it's their evening, so it's very easy.
There's always that one friend that forgets that you're in a totally different time zone and is calling you in the middle of the night, and I'm like waking up like, are you okay? Like, and they're like, oh, I just want to see what was going on. I'm like, it's 4 a.m.
It's middle of the night.
Are you dead? No? Okay.
Oh man. How has living in Shanghai changed your identity, do you think?
Oh my gosh. I think in so many ways, to be honest. I've always been adventurous, but I think that I'm so independent now. Like, I really feel like you could just drop me off almost anywhere and I'm going to figure it out. And I feel that way because when I first came here, that, like I said, it's like a whole new world that you have to relearn. So I feel like I can just, I don't know, I can kind of do anything. That's how I feel. I also think that it's opened my eyes a lot to the world and different cultures, and how much I do not like America having such an individualized society. I like that there's so much community here. Like, everybody really cares for each other, even if they don't know them, they just care. And it's just really nice to see. So I feel like my view on the world and being stuck in like this like small box that I was before when I only lived in the US, and kind of like growing and seeing that like you can find a life for yourself pretty much anywhere. Like, you really can. You can find community, you can find friends, you can find kind of something that makes you happy. I think that China has just shown me that I can be happy wherever, really.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then, what's something about Shanghai that surprised you emotionally, not just visually, where you're like?
I think that really comes back to community. Like, I see stuff, just old people walking together in the park, dancing in the park. Like, it's nice. It's just nice to see, and families out walking together, and you just don't see that much in the States anymore.
Yeah,
like,
people would push back and they'd be like, yeah, people do it in the U.S. Like, I'll post a picture of the park, and I agree with you. So I'm not like pushing back on you for that reason, but I'm saying I've posted things like that, and people are like, people do that here in the United States too. Yeah. And it's like, how do we explain the difference to them? Like, because you know the feeling, right? Yeah. I know the feeling. Going to Westlake or going to a park in Shanghai and seeing the old people dancing. Yeah. It's not something you've ever seen in the US.
You gave me goosebumps actually.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it so much. And it's like a feeling that it's like, I'll walk around and be like, how did I get so lucky to be able to witness this? Mm-hmm. And I don't feel that often in the States. I just feel like there's so much going on that's sinister all the time in the States. So I have a hard time seeing maybe the joys that come. So people probably do that in the States. And I know in New York, especially like big cities, they probably do go dance in the park. But you're not going to send your daughter to go home by herself
in that same city.
Yeah, in that same city while they're dancing. Like, it's just, you don't have to worry about your safety while this is going on. It's just a different, I don't know, it's a different feeling. You have to see it for yourself. I definitely suggest seeing it.
And it does. It gives me goosebumps because you can walk by Westlake. Right now, we got the same weather in Hangzhou. You can go to Westlake and you can see, 80-year-olds doing dancing in the park, and they're just singing songs and hymns and I mean, whatever it is, just I don't want to say there's like a fake community. I don't want to call it fake, but it's definitely very real here. Yeah. There's an authenticity. There's an emotional realness to it that I don't feel. I just haven't seen anywhere else in the world in that way, where like it's so community driven. Yeah,
it's very genuine here.
Yeah, it's super genuine. Like, you can't fake it.
Yeah, they're not trying to get anything out of it. It's really just, this is genuinely me. I have to talk about, and it kind of has nothing to do with community, but it does in a sense. I was walking through the park yesterday with my fiance, and it's the middle of the night. Mind you, my fiance is bald, so you need to know this for the story. There's people cutting hair in the park, like just in the middle of the night. I don't even know how they can see. It's dark. They're asking him, like, do you want a haircut? And he takes his hat off, and he's like, I don't think I do. Like, and they're just like laughing. Like, it was a really funny experience. But there's like hair all over the place, and they're just cutting hair in the middle of everything. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. I don't know why. I had to talk about this.
It just is I think it's a natural and real and a fun thing that just happens so naturally and so, I don't know how to explain it either. I think more people just need to come over to China and visit and experience it.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to put it into words and show people or explain it to someone. But yeah, it just feels so freeing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like, how do you feel you've become as a person just versus the person you would have become if you would have stayed in the United States? Do you feel like you've changed at all in a way that you wouldn't have if you would have stayed in the United States versus staying in China? Like, do you feel like your personality's changed or your openness has changed are you allowed? I feel like I can basically do whatever. I can be my total self in China. Like, whatever you feel like you want to be, you can be it in China.
Oh yeah. I love that you brought that up because Cam, my fiance, and I were just talking about this the other day because we were like, you can literally go out and wear whatever you want and no one's going to look at you in any type of way. Today I left the house and I was like, I kind of don't match. And I'm like, I kind of don't care.
Yep.
In the US, I would have been like obsessing over the fact that I don't match. And anywhere else, I'm like, Also, if you're thinking like I look like I match right now, you can't see my shoes or my socks. But yeah, it's nice because you know that they really don't care. Like I could go run around and just in any outfit possible, and no one's gonna look at me twice.
Yeah, it's just everybody's
unless they care that I'm white. That's the only time.
That's a whole nother story. That's like a Hawaii story. A foreigner,
that's different.
Foreigner, what's up? Yeah, and then foreigner attention. Do you ever have a problem with that? Like negative attention to being a foreigner? No,
it doesn't bother me. It never bothers me. I always have a really nice time when people ask for pictures. It's fine. We went to the tulip garden. I don't know what to call that. We went to the tulip place a couple weekends ago, and there was like photographers just decided that they are going to actually now just photographer us. That's it. They were going to take pictures of us the whole entire time. It was me and my two girlfriends, and we were just kind of laughing. Like, and then my other friend had came and met us and was like, have they been here the whole time? We're like, yeah, we forgot. Like, but they don't bother you. They're just excited. Yeah. And then they were telling me, cause they had me posing for a picture and they didn't like what I was doing with my hands. So they repositioned me.
Said, hey, this will look, we want it to look like this pose. Yeah.
It was so funny. He was like, no, you need to do this. Okay.
Yeah. That's China for you. I mean, they're just so excited to, see and experience something different. And they just want you to be a part of whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, and they want to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it can be a little awkward, but I like it too. I think it's fun.
I think what's so special about China is that everyone, well, I can't speak for everyone, but most people really are excited to share their culture and share basically what they have going on over here. And that is not something that happens a lot. And I do know that sometimes it's because people mess with it and make it so they don't want to share. But it's really nice to be here and people really excited to show you like what they have.
Yeah, what they've done and what their culture is like. For sure. I guess that... do you feel more yourself here or back home?
Here.
Yeah. It's
100%.
like, I shouldn't even ask that.
No, it's night and day.
And that's kind of what we covered. It's like, that is so night and day.
Night and day. My parents even said when I got back, because I came back here first, so I was by myself, and got kind of our apartment ready because we moved into a new place. And my parents are like, you just glow when you're there. Like, you're so happy. And it's like, I have no worries at all. Yeah. If I don't want to leave my house for 8 days, I do not have to. Like, I could just stay here forever. And I have a home gym, like, inside. I created, like, a Pilates studio on my patio. I never have to leave if I don't want to. I could be there forever.
You could chill there for as long as you need to.
100%.
No, that's awesome. And then for people listening, watching, who want to come to Shanghai, what are the must-do and must-visit places?
This is so basic, but definitely go get your hair washed. Honestly, anytime you need to wash your hair, but don't go to the places that you see all over TikTok. You could do that if you really feel like you need like a scalp analysis. Just walk into a place and ask them how much to wash the hair, because I promise you it's going to be like $4. You're going to have the most interesting experience of your life. And you'll probably be pretty happy with the results. I haven't had anything happen yet. I have extremely wavy hair. So if you have different textures, then maybe you might want to go somewhere else, but that's completely up to you. What else? Oh, feeding the red pandas was really cool.
And where is that? Where are the red pandas at? Because I still don't know.
It's in the Shanghai Wildlife Park.
Okay.
And it's at a certain time. You have to go like it's like late morning, early afternoon, and you get to feed them. And that's like honestly such a cool experience. I definitely recommend that. If you're here for the first time, again, I just think that you should try something that you've never done before. Oh, there's also one of these buildings over here, because we're in downtown Shanghai right now. You can walk on the top of the building, and I did that in Baoshan. They like hook you on, and you go to the very top, and you walk around, and there's like no barrier from you and like down. And there's one over here and it's higher. I'm going to go try it, but I think you should try that. And I would like to know what everybody else thinks about it.
If you're not afraid of heights, go building walking.
Yes.
Go skyscraper walking.
That sounds so cool.
I'm going to check your channel for the video of that one. So I'm afraid of heights. I'm slightly afraid of heights. I think I would go a little crazy.
You're strapped in. Nothing could really happen.
Yeah, you're strapped in. And
you're good. I did have a freak out. I'm not going to lie. I was
these
like,
buildings are a little taller than our buildings back home.
Yeah.
I mean, a little.
What's 100,000 more feet? I don't know.
I guess that's one way to think about it. It's so tall you don't even feel it.
1 foot versus really high.
Yeah. And then I guess last question, and what's something you wish more people understood about China and understood about you as a content creator?
I think that I have some interesting comments sometimes that they think that I'm trying to whitewash the experience here, and I want everyone to know this is like through a foreigner's perspective, and I think I'm pretty clear about that on my channels, but in case you're listening, this is from a foreigner's perspective. I don't expect to necessarily nail it every single time, and I always say from my understanding, because I don't know everything at all, so I definitely want people to know that I am well aware that I am learning with a lot of other people here, and I am more than open to be educated on any topic. Anytime that I get something wrong, please tell me. I want to learn. If you're comfortable doing so. If not, let me know that I'm wrong and I'll figure it out. I will learn on my own. So yeah, I appreciate that.
That's a great point. And one thing, I'll defend you a little bit. It's like, and this is just from people coming after me too. It's like, why are we the ones here and everyone's coming after us on like how China, like guys, you can come over here too and check out China for yourself and have an opinion, but we always feel like we're the ones over here just trying to give our honest, take.
Yeah.
And we're sorry that China's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is why I'm trying to, I'll have more guests on, and I think Jenna does a great job of showing you Shanghai, showing you all the interesting things to do, showing you her perspective, and I'll try to have more perspectives from other guests. And hopefully this continues to just show China as a whole, as an overall, so you don't feel like it's one person's, cherry picking, because no one's trying to cherry pick China.
No, definitely not.
But this is how it really is.
Yeah. My experience is definitely, I can acknowledge this is not the average experience, and I totally know that. But
I don't think anyone's experience is the average experience,
exactly.
though, right?
It's going to be different for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people who follow, I think the stuff that you do it's so useful, right?
Yeah.
It's like what you should be doing is come over here, get on DM Ping, start going through things to do in Shanghai, and that's the way we find dinners. Like we use that app for our dinners.
I love DM Ping. That's why I always talk about where I find it too. I'm like, I want other people to go out here and look at all the cool stuff. Like there's so much going on. Find it for me, please.
100%. So Jenna, thanks for stopping by. I think this was a great episode, and guys, hopefully this was helpful and it shows you a side of China you wouldn't otherwise see or hear. Cheers.
Thank you.